A caucus is very difficult to explain. It's a form of sort of community democracy, I would say, where people in a neighborhood or region get together and vote in a very public fashion, and not just vote for the candidate, but also discuss what the party should be supporting and so on.
ამერიკაში ფაქტიურად შეგვიძლია ვთქვათ, რომ მხოლოდ ორი პარტია არსებობს და ეს პარტიები თავიანთ კანდიდატებს ირჩევენ ან პრაიმერის ან კოკუსის გზით.
So caucus is an open voting process where a primary election is where you just fill out a ballot and it's private. Your choice is that and nobody else sees it. A caucus is different in that everybody is together in one room and you have a lot of personal interaction. Your votes aren't private in a caucus. And I think that makes people act differently because their neighbors can judge them for who they vote for. But it also encourages much more open discourse.
So we just had 3 people. The one I went to before had like 500 people. And so there's a very complicated process when you have 500 people and it's all about, you know, your physical presence. And so you have to, the organizers have to count everyone, and then you go into groups based on the candidate, and then you have to count every person. But all this is being done by humans, and it's, you know, you're like, wait, was that 59 or 60? Or, you know, let's count again. And so it just takes forever. Because it's the first in the country, everyone's waiting to hear, okay, who's going to win the first election? So there's a huge amount of attention that gets put on Iowa every 4 years. Iowa has had this distinction for a long time, but it used to not mean very much, and it was never such a big deal. Jimmy Carter was relatively unknown at the time, but he went to Iowa. He did a lot of work. He went all over the state and campaigned very heavily, and he won the Iowa caucuses. And so everyone kind of in the national media said, wait, who is this guy that we weren't really paying attention to who won the caucuses? And then because he got that attention, he got momentum, and he eventually won the Democratic primary and then won the presidency.
აიოვის კოკუსი მართლაც არის მნიშვნელოვანი, მაგრამ მნიშვნელობა მხოლოდ იმაშია, რომ პირველები ვართ. ანუ აქ ამით აიოვის კოკუსებით იწყება საერთოდ საპრეზიდენტო კამპანია და ასე არის 1972 წლიდან. კოკუსის მნიშვნელობა იქიდან მოდის, რომ პირველი გამარჯვებულია და ეს არის დიდი სტიმული და მომენტუმის მიმცემი იმ კანდიდატისთვის. და საერთოდ პირველ 2-3 კანდიდატს ვისაც აქვს კარგი შედეგი, საერთოდ ითვლება რომ კარგი ნიშანია.
I don't think that the caucus today in Tbilisi is representative of an Iowa caucus in general because we're only 3 people. And in a regular Iowa caucus, there would be at least several hundred people.
All right, first we'll have a short presentation on behalf of the Democratic Party. Then we'll hear from any local electeds or local candidates. They haven't come yet, but it's still time. We'll calculate and announce viability for this precinct. That's a very simple process. We'll break into preference groups and award delegates. I saw that they were going to do these satellite caucuses and that they would be available for Iowans living abroad, so I applied. I kind of thought that there would be a lot more satellite caucuses abroad than there are, and this is certainly not the biggest concentration of Iowans in the world. But it's just because I think it's a new thing, the satellite caucuses, and not that many people. I bet if they do it again in 4 years, there will be many, many, many more.
თბილისში ვცხოვრობ 22 წლის ასაკიდან, ანუ 2002 წლიდან. ბავშვობაში, თინეჯერობაში უпростоრად შემიყვარდა ქართული ენა, გადავწყვიტე მისი სწავლა და ამან ჩამომიყვანა აქ. ძალიან ბევრი წელი არ მიცხოვრია აიოვაში. თუმცა დიდი ესეთი პატრიოტი ვარ ჩემი შტატის. მიხარია რომ მომეცა საშუალება ამ პროცესში მონაწილეობის შესაძლებლობა.
I was traveling around the world for a little while, mostly by hitchhiking, and ended up in Georgia for a ski season. Spent a season working as a ski instructor here in Godauri, which is the main ski resort, and then I liked it a lot, so I came back again, and now I started my own ski school in Godauri. So this is my first caucus. I've never been in one in Iowa because when I lived in Iowa, I was under 18, so I was too young to vote. I found out about this one actually through a Facebook post because Josh, who's hosting it, posted an article on Facebook about hosting the caucuses here, and a friend tagged me in it, knowing that I'm from Iowa, and I thought, like, wow, this is a pretty cool opportunity that for the first time ever I can participate in a caucus, and in Georgia I don't have to go anywhere, I don't have to go back to Iowa for it. So as soon as I found out that it was happening here, I was 100% in.